Howdy folks, welcome to Brew Day. I'm just getting my water in here. I've heated it up in the Brew, my full volume. I'm transferring the mash water into the kettle, the mash tun. So let's go and sit down and have a look at what we're actually brewing. Righto. So water's on for today's brew. Just added our mineral additions, and she's good to go. So what we're brewing today is Helles Lager. Now this beer comes from the video I did recently about simple brews, and the beer I was drinking at the time, which is what I'm brewing today. Matty Ursak from the Hop Wizard. It was a beer he's brewed. He sent me a bottle. Really enjoyed it. Great beer. Simple, nice traditional German style. So that's what we're brewing today. He sent me his recipe, and I'm following that. I've actually got all the same malts he used and everything, so all good. So Matt's actually supplied me with some fresh hops for this fella, so thanks for that, Matt. But there's a link down the bottom to the Hop Wizard. Okay, grain bill for today is 81.9% Voyager Atlas, 9.1% Voyager Munich, and 9.1% Voyager Winter Wheat. It's fairly simple. All Voyager malt. We are mashing in with, well, the recipe's got 21 litres. I've actually just transferred 22 litres, so we'll go with that. No problem at all. And we'll be mashing in at 54 degrees. We will hold that for 20 minutes. We will go to 62 degrees for 40 minutes for the main portion of our mash, 68 degrees for 20 minutes, and then 72 degrees for 20 minutes. So it's a fairly traditional step mash on this fella. We're not going straightforward and simple. So I'm going to go get some grains on. Alright, so we'll start off with some rice hulls. We can whack in there, make sure we get good, nice good recirculation through the grain bed. give this a good mix in. As I said, this is about 22 litres. Looking to hold this at 54 degrees for 20 minutes. Water's at 58, so this will get about the mark. Okay, and I'm not going to recirculate this just at the moment. I'm just going to let this do it sit, and then I'll get the recirculation on while I'm ramping up to 62 and continue from there. This, I just want this wetting down the grain, getting in and getting all the getting some conversion started. She's good. Right, that's the end of our 20 minutes. I gave it one stir about halfway through. I took a pH reading while I was at it. Around 5.6, I was looking for 5.4, but I'm happy enough with that. So that's dropped to about 53 degrees, no drama. Happy enough with that. So we'll pop on the element and get the pump going. And we'll get this up to temp, 62 degrees for our main mash. Quick stir. So I'll leave the recirc running for now. So just have to keep an eye on the temp. We'll come back now. Once the mash is finished, we've gone through our 3 steps, our 62, our 68 and our 72. We'll come back and look in the sparge. Okay, mash is finished. Going through all 4 steps. So I've got my sparge water sitting here, around 12 litres at about 83 degrees. Got the Brew here ready to take our transfer, but before that I need to do a bit of a bore loop, just to set the bed here. And that just means taking some of the mash, just running it off into a jug, and then running it back into the mash, and then just doing that a few times, so that bed sets, and we're getting clear water coming through. We're not getting any grain or any muck coming through, which doesn't really take long to get. It's looking pretty good already. The 72 minute rest at the end. Once I hit the 72 degrees, I turn the recirc off, so that's already started to compact the bed anyway. So we're ready to start transferring. Walk up, and she's not going to go. That's got it going. Bit fiddly to make sure that get that suction flow going. Right, so that's running reasonably slow, and now I just want to add Sparge water slowly to the top. I'm trying not to stir the grain bed up. I'm still working on I'm setting up a better method for this. I want to end up having just having a sparge ball on the top of the lid, so I can just run the sparge through. That meant just working a little bit more on why am I not flowing. Fucking kidding me. I've not taken any mash readings, any gravities as I went, so I don't know how we've gone. Probably should have done that before I went too far, but let's just rely on the system to do the right thing. Okay, that's the last of our sparge water, so just let that drop through now, then we'll get the boil happening. Righto, that was a bit of stuffing around then. The transfer hose didn't want to keep the suction going, because I tried to get the Brew elevate off the floor on the milk crate. The hose has got to go above the tap and then back into the fill. But normally it's not a problem. Normally once it's flowing, she normally gets a flow without any problem. But it didn't want to keep it today, so I ended up dropping the Brew onto the floor and just letting it feed down into there. Main reason for that is just trying to. I prefer to have the Brew on the milk crate because it doesn't have the perforated, many perforations as the later models, like the Brazillas, and I like to have as much air around the bottom that I can get, and especially knowing that the board is, you know, getting old. So, but anyway, we got there. I've got about just under 28 litres into the kettle. I was looking for about 31. I'm 4 litres short. Now I'm not really sure exactly where that's come from, but that's only an issue if we're short on gravity as well. So I've got a sample out just cooling a little bit. I'll grab that. Yeah, this just sitting in the freezer, getting down to a temperature I can actually do a proper hydrometer reading, but I'm going to refract for now. Okay, that says 1051. So if that's right, and I've said before, I don't really completely trust these refracts in at high temps, and this is still a little bit warm, but it's not super warm. But if that's right, then we should be right for volume, because our target pre-boil is 1041. So that's all good. So we're 10 points over. I'll leave that until I get a phone call. I won't run the numbers through Brew just at the moment until I've got an actual hydrometer reading and all that. But anyway, let's look at the hops. So this is coming to a boil at the moment. We are hopping with Hallertau Mittelfrüh, and you've only got a 60-minute boil on here. Alright, all good. So 16 IBUs of Hallertau at 60 minutes, which is 37 grams, and then another 10 grams for 2 more IBU at 15 minutes. So that's it. That's the additions. Pretty straightforward. At that point we're cool. So we'll let this go. We'll get the boil on. We'll get some hops in. That sample will cool down. Once it's cooled, we'll have a look, get it out, get an actual hydrometer on it, and see where we can end up with an adjustment of the volume to see if we can get where we're aiming for. Just hit the hot brake. Just watch it doesn't go crazy on me. Well, I'm happy enough with that. So in with that first hit, 37 grams of Hallertau. I'll let that go now for 45 minutes until the next addition. And somewhere in between there, I'll get 4 litres of water boiled up and added to this to top up to our expected final gravities or final volume. Well, first hops in. That means it's time for a beer. And might as well have a beer from the Hop Wizard himself whilst brewing the Hop Wizard's beer. This fella's a Simcoe Pale Ale. I do have a bottle of the Hells sitting over there, but it's not cold. And I sort of want to try and keep it for a comparison once we're up and going. See whether I manage to knock up something matching what Matty did. Oh, gee, that smells alright. Anyway, I'm going to get into that, get some tying up done before we get towards the end of this boil. Alright, 15 minutes to go. Got the cooler in, or the chiller. Getting ready, just getting sanitised, ready to cook it up. It's our 15 minutes hops, half a Wallflock tablet, and we'll throw some yeast nutrient while we're at it. Right, transfer underway. So we're splitting this into 2 fermenters, to the Key King Junior 20 litres. I'll be putting about 12 litres into both, and I'm going to ferment one under pressure, 15 psi from day dot, and the other I will brew with just 2 psi and let it run until I do a de-rest and then ramp pressure up. See if it makes any difference at the end of the day. We've got that running through the little aerator nozzle, bringing a bit of oxygen, and I'll give them a bit of a shake before I put them in the freezer. Oh, in the freezer, in the fridge. Oh, could be a freezer, who knows. Fermentation fridge anyway. So anyway, let's go and have a look at some final numbers. Righto folks, transfers are done. I've ended up with just over 23 litres, got 12.5 in one fermenter, just under 11 in the other. I did say earlier I was looking for 2 lots of 12, but that's not right. Checking the recipe, it is only 23 litre batch. So we've got that. Gravity was 1050. I was aiming for 1048, so we've got a little bit higher than I was expecting to get. And I've added 3.5 litres of water into the boil as we went, after it was below volume to start with. So that's another number I'm going to just fiddle around with a little bit more in Brew. But the reality was, volume was down, but the efficiency was up, so that's never a problem, because that just means you need to get that some more water, and you get your volume, and you still get your target. As it is, I probably could have added another litre and still got the target gravity. So I'm happy with that. The sample tastes nice. She's clearing up nicely. I'm very happy with that. Could drink that as it is. Yeast, W3470. I've made the starter here with 2 dry packs, and this will get me, I can't remember the numbers, I think it was about 380 billion cells all up. I'll split this between the two fermenters. That'll get the job done. As I said, one's going to go under pressure, one's going to go with low pressure, and see what difference that will make. Initial ferment temperature will be, okay, Matty's done his primary at 14 degrees. I might do 12. He's done 14 degrees for 14 days, then 18 for 2. And then he held it to 2 days for 28 days. So that's a 6-week ferment. I don't know if I really got the space for doing a 6-week ferment, but I'm thinking what I'm going to do is 7 days at 12 degrees, and then we'll ramp up to probably that 18 for another 7, and then we'll cold crash for 7. Let's do 3 lots of 7, 12, 18 and 1 in lots of 7. So 3-week ferment. And while we're going, Josh Michael up there at Mates Rate sent me this quite a while back. It's Brewer's Clarex, and it's designed as a clarifying agent, make your beer clear. He asked me to try it out. Suggestion was to do a side by side, and I just haven't got around to doing it up until now. This is probably really the first time I've actually done, since I got this off him, I've done 2 lagers side by side where I actually would be able to see a benefit to this. So I'm going to drop this. It says 20 mils, so not 20 mils, 1 mil, which is 20 drops, into your water. Actually, that's per 20. It says per 25 litres, so I'll drop about 12 drops in to 12 litres. Oh no, 10 drops. Yeah. When pitching yeast. So I put the yeast in, I'll put that on, and just see if that makes any difference to the clarity, because the pressure shouldn't really have any effect on the clarity of the beer. So we should be able to see that makes any difference. So that's it, guys. We'll be back in 3-week ferment. Give it at least 4. Give this 4 weeks to age, maybe 6. So we're looking 2 months, and we'll be back to do a taster. So hopefully you can hold out till then. But anyway, for now, I'm done. I'm out of here. Going to finish this up, wrap up, and have myself a beer Friday afternoon, and jump on have a chat with a few of the boys. So big shout out to Matty Ursak, Hop Wizard, for letting me steal his recipe, and for some bits and pieces. Well, he supplied the yeast. I mean, I paid for the bloody stuff, but yeah, he supplied yeast. He supplied the hops. He supplied some malt. Rest of the malt come from local supplier, actually via Buller Creek Brewing local brewery that's still waiting to get up and going. Josh Michael from Mates Rates Home Brew Supplies. These guys do great deals, as does the Hop Wizard. Check them out. I'll put links down the bottom. Thumbs up to all the patrons of the channel. Thank you for your support, guys. Keeps me going. Yeah, let's just do experiments and play around on the channel. So if you're interested, have a look down the bottom, join on the link. It might be your kind of thing. If you're not into the Patreon, that's fine. Jump on, hit the subscribe button, become a subscriber, get notified when there's a video so you don't miss anything. But hit the thumbs up down there at the bottom, give us a like. All helps the channel. But anyway, that's me. Done. Helles Lager. It's called To Helles and Back. So, successful brew day. So guys, ladies, till I see you again, when we brew and beer, drinking beer or talking beer. Good brewing.